Good morning, everybody. This is Vincent with Listings to Leads. How are you today? We'll give it just a minute for people to log in, but let me know where you're from and how long have you been with us. There's a little comments panel there. You can put it on the right-hand side, and we'll get started in just a minute. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, if you are new to us, let me know how long you've been with us, and then that'll help. And if you're a longer client and you're just checking in, let me know as well. Thanks. Let's talk a little bit about what's really important. Today is our onboarding call. Overall, we are a full real estate marketing platform. We're a system to help you advertise. We help you with social media. We help you with free content. We help you run ads that you can pay for on Facebook and Instagram and Google. We also help get your listings auto posted to social media for you. And we have a lot of content to help you grow followers. We also have Facebook ad software and Google ad software. You can run ads that way. So it's built in. I'll show you what all that looks like. And we have a lot of tools for print. We have a powerful listing presentation that you can get in print and an electronic format. And with all that, there are some major things that you want to be aware of. Chuck, welcome. You've been with us for a month here from Texas. Welcome. This will be a very relevant call for you. One of the bigger things happening is definitely happening in Texas. Right now, I would say the four most exciting parts of our platform have to do with expireds, have to do with our listing presentation, also with open house marketing and our Facebook ads. If you can get good at those four things, you can build a machine essentially to grow your business. Okay. And whether you want buyer leads or if you want seller leads, to get buyer leads, you need to market a listing. There are other ways of doing it, but if you have a listing that's for sale, that's going to do. I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me ask this question, because whenever I have my little video of me running, it doesn't quite work. Does the audio sound okay for you, or am I kind of jumpy and spotty? Please let me know in the comments panel. If you look at our homepage, and I won't spend too much time on this, these three people are really crushing it with expired marketing. Chuck here is from Texas. I sound okay, Lisa? If you're in any of the southern states or some of those states that just like really blew up with COVID, right? There's a lot of moving. You had price appreciation that was unprecedented. And now you have expireds that are unprecedented. And you want to understand how we can help you turn those. Thank you, Chuck. How we can help you turn those expired listings into your listing. These three people right here have a great example of that. Okay. They all are doing it slightly differently. I'll give you some highlights, but I'm going to show you where you can learn more in depth on that. I mentioned that we have ad software, and these two people will tell you that they are getting buyer leads with open house ads and listing leads from sold ads. This gentleman here actually tells you that he generated 114 leads with this home in Texas, south of Houston, or north of Houston, sorry. And he generated 114 buyer leads and put 3 of those people into homes. Okay. And after that, when it sold, he flipped it to sold and he ran an ad on the home as sold. And he gets one $4 lead that turns into a $400,000 listing and a $450,000 purchase. So Facebook ads are actually really awesome. You need to really use our software because we make it really easy, 2 clicks, but you get name, email, and phone number with every lead. If you run ads on Facebook, inside of Facebook, there are a lot of options, and most of those options do not capture leads. That's not what they're designed for. So I will show you that. You definitely want that to be part of your business. It gives you actionable leads. Then we have automated listing marketing, which talked about here, and then our listing presentation. Our listing presentation is really what's making expired marketing work because it's a compelling story. Okay. And it's an easy to understand story. So when we log into listings to leads, you'll see that we have automated listings. We have ad software on the left. We have 80 PDF guides that are branded to you on every page, 40 for buyers, 40 for sellers. We have free social media content, and we have landing pages, some that are automatically created. We'll dive in deeper a little bit. I'm just giving you highlights. And then you can create more landing pages for all your farm markets. We have a media library. We have client review websites. We also have email follow-up. So if you don't have your own CRM, definitely turn these on. These work better than most of the systems out there. Most of the CRMs have drip campaigns. They're just not that effective at closing appointments, whereas ours are. We keep all of your leads here. And when we sign up, we can also drive the leads into your CRM automatically. Okay. So this is everything we do, but I'm on the marketing calendar page up here on the top, and I'm on the resources tab. And I want to start here because there's a lot to listings to leads, and I will start talking fast. You need to know, where can you learn more about this? And these 4 things right up here, I think, are great resources. Our live webinars, like today's class, we do almost every day of the week, 5 days a week. We record every class we're on that we do, and they're on our YouTube channel. And then we also have a Facebook mastermind group. So if we look at the live webinars, I definitely want to point this out to you. I'm going to send this to everybody. You can find this on leadgenwebinars.com, but there's some important classes here that I want to make sure you're familiar with, right? We're doing 4 workshops every week on expired marketing, okay? 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Pacific. We're doing one later today. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this call, one of our biggest deals is expired marketing. So you want to learn where are the tools and how do you implement them to get those to be your listings, right? We're doing another class on how to just overall how you market. We're going to talk on some highlights there. There's another expired class. There'll be a deeper class on Wednesday about how to run ads. And I honestly highly recommend you either join this live one or watch the recorded one, because we've got some really great tools or questions that you can ask that really helps sharpen that lead for you. Okay. And then we got another expired class, and then we'll talk about FSBOs and lenders and then expires. That is the live training class. You can get to that on the marketing calendar by going to live webinars. We also have a mastermind group up here. Join the group. You do have to be a client to join the group, but this is where Scott and I talk about what's going on. It's also where our clients ask questions and also share what's working for them. Okay. And I'm going to type in the question, the answer, or the name of a person here who's been sharing a lot lately. He's from Boston. His name is Leo. His last name looks like a Greek name. I'm not Nikolosis, but he's getting really good. He's actually got a really strong business going, and I definitely want to talk about that. And he's learning how to do video content, and that's helping him out. But we're going to leave his picture there for a little bit, and we'll come back. And you can get to our mastermind group by clicking that link. Okay. Now we have a really great Instagram channel, but we also, I really highly recommend that you get to our YouTube channel. I'm going to send this to everybody right now, but you can always find this on Facebook. Just look for listings to leads. This is the videos tab. There's some other stuff on the homepage, but this one I want to point something out to you. And obviously you can see our classes as we're recording these, right? There's top tools for more listings, which I did 5 days ago. Here's Scott doing open house marketing. And as I mentioned, open house marketing, expired marketing, our Facebook ads, and our listing presentation. These are the things you want to understand. And they're all right here in the first 2 rows. Okay. There's our Facebook ad class. If you got those 4 things in your business consistently, your business would grow. All right. I want to point this out to you. You see this call here? It says 10 listings in 10 weeks. That is Leo. That is a recording with us with Leo here. Right. And as the title says, he has 10 listings in 10 weeks. He also has 2 to 4 listing appointments every week. Now, I don't know how many listing appointments you have, but if you're having 4 listing appointments every week, please put it in the comments panel and let me know how you're doing it. Let me tell you how he is doing it. Okay. He's marketing expireds. He is marketing sold listings, and he's marketing open houses. So think of it this way. I said that in the wrong order. If you use expired listings to get more listings, you can then hold an open house. And those open houses get you more listings. Obviously, they get you buyers, but they get you more listings through our system. Then you market the home as it's sold. And what do you think that does? It gets you listing leads. Okay. So that's all that he is doing. He is combining that with our listing presentation and with ads. And he basically has a very serious follow-up system, including text, including email, and including ongoing phone calls. The point is with expired marketing, with open houses, and with just sold marketing, you are getting good leads. If you don't have a follow-up system, you're just letting them fall through the floor, right? You can listen to that call. It's pretty simple what he's doing. You can replicate that model. I want you to see that if you want your business to grow. Okay. If you go to our homepage, these three examples of these people, they are on our homepage. They are on this page too. And if you go back about 4 or 5 months now, we recorded those three calls that you see on our homepage in November of last year, 2025. Okay. And I actually have those calls in one email. I have, I think, 5 emails that I send to everybody I talk to. If you want those emails, which have those links of those 3 agents, they also have, how to get going on expireds. I have one on open house, which will show you all the tools you need for an open house. But I want to point out right here, if you want to hear the in-depth calls 4 months ago, that's Scott Murray. That gentleman door knocks on expireds. He added 2.7 million to his listing pipeline in 3 days of door knocking. Okay. This lady right here was really a realtor operating as a realtor for 1 month. She presented our listing presentation. By the end of that presentation, they asked her, where do I sign? JJ Newman, this was recorded in November. She hasn't been out of high school for 4 years. Okay. At that point, she has 4 listings in 6 weeks. She is shooting for 20 by the end of this month. We'll check in with her. If she's doing 20 listings in 6 months, you probably want to watch this. Okay. And this link here is John Summers. He's crushing. He's becoming the top listing agent. I just did a call for their office, and he's not a rookie, but this month in April, he'll be a realtor for 2 years. And he is now becoming a rock star in that office. I have 106 agents, so that's not a small feat. I'm sending you my email right now. If you want those emails of expireds or our listing presentation or open houses, just send me an email. If you need a team account or a brokerage account, send me an email. I'll be the one that sets that up for you. But these are important calls, the ones I just named, as well as many others. Again, I want to repeat, what you need to understand is how to get listings. You need to understand open house marketing with us, because that in 2025 was the #1 way of closing more listings. Okay. I'm going to be clear with you. There are a lot of ways to get a lot of listing leads, right? That's our strong suit. We know how to get listing leads. But taking a listing lead and turning it into a listing contract is a whole nother ball of wax, right? You start holding open houses, you will find that you will get more listings, sign contracts faster than any other way, unless you're in one of those states where expired marketing is going on. We talk about our listing presentation here on this call. We talk about expires somewhere around here. Get involved with this page. Okay. Learn how to unpack what we've got here. So those are the resources there, right? And before we go further, let me ask, is anybody here still not a client? And even if you are a client, you might not have gone through these steps, but this is how it goes when you sign up. When you come to our website, you get 2 free weeks, and basically we say, what's your name and email? And then we ask for your credit card, and boom, we drop you on this page right here, which we're asking, where's your headshot and what's your phone number? If you need your license number or state, then enter it. If you don't, then skip it. The next page says, where's your logo? And what color scheme do you want? Are you from one of the big national franchises? Because we've got their color schemes here. If not, you can customize your own colors here to match your branding. Again, fill this out if you need it, skip it if you don't. Here is where the heavy lifting begins. We can connect your social media accounts, and this allows us to automatically post your listings with landing pages behind it to your social media account. You can actually capture free leads this way. We also auto post a few of our landing pages, and we create a virtual tour. We put it up on your YouTube channel. If you don't have a YouTube channel, but you use Gmail, guess what? You have a YouTube channel. Maybe click through and put your brand and your headshot on there, and then we can upload to that for you as well. The next page is also an important page, and we ask you to connect to Facebook. And this is so that we can run ads or help you run ads in just a couple clicks and get leads with name, email, and phone number. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. This is where we add social content. So again, we're asking you to connect to social media again. And I want to stress this. This content is growing Instagram accounts, and it's adding SEO power to Google Business so that if somebody does just a real estate search in your market, your Google My Business page can migrate to page 1 on any search without you paying for ads. You add the topics that you want. There's a lot underneath every one of these. You can see click the eyeball, you'll see all the content, and just post it, right? And that allows us to post throughout the year. So at this point, we've got your headshot, we've got your logo, we've got your social media accounts connected. Now, if you drop in your email that's inside your MLS, we will sweep your listings automatically. Inside the account, you can grab a listing if you're borrowing listings, okay? I'm going to take this out and click skip. Now, we can also connect to your CRM. So if you're capturing leads with us, your leads go to you. I do want to stress, because I know there are a lot of great companies out there who, when you capture a lead, they sell you a lead, they sell it to 2 or 3 other agents. We do not do that. If you are using our tools and you are capturing leads, those leads are automatically emailed to you. They are housed in our leads tab. And if you connect your CRM, they're going to go into your CRM and nowhere else. Okay. Oh, let me go back one. If you don't have a CRM, click this button. Our drip campaigns are stronger than the bulk of these. Okay. They get in the inbox and they close appointments. And that's the point of a drip campaign, right? So you can also sweep in your reviews from Zillow and Google and Testimonial Tree automatically. And that's it. You, at that point, have turned on all the automation in our system. Okay. So what were the first things that we were talking about that you need to be taking advantage of? Let me remind you. Our listing presentation. Okay. This is our listing presentation. This is no, that's not the generic one. Every one of you has a generic one that says the complete marketing plan to get your home sold. Let's go through it real quick. If you're new to us, this is what we do automatically with every one of your listings. We don't mention listings to leads here. It's got you and your logo and your branding, your colors. But it says we do paid ads. We do social media marketing. It doesn't say that listings to leads does it for free automatically for you. It just says that's what you're doing. We put a virtual tour on YouTube. It goes on our channel. If you have your own channel, great. We'll put it on yours too. We create print marketing. We have a nearby homeowner letter. We have email marketing that you can blast out in your CRM. We have sphere of influence tools and short form video stuff, so you can do videos on it. This is a very different kind of listing presentation. Okay. We've even got everything mobile marketed. It's all designed, mobile optimized. And then this tells what and how you can do this. The point of our website, if you look at what's going on with Expire, really is our listing presentation. So what you want to start to understand is, how can I get listing leads? Because now I can actually create a listing presentation for a single homeowner at their address for a FSBO, right? And it's the same listing presentation. but it's got their home built throughout. You can also create one for an expired homeowner. So if you're reaching out to people who have an expired home, you can send this link to them and they can just look at it right there. I'll tell you, this young lady right here has been out of high school for not even 4 years. She calls people twice. They don't answer. She leaves a message. Then she texts them and says, "Would you like to see my listing presentation?" Still no response. Then she creates a custom listing presentation with their home built on it throughout it, their name, their address, picture of their home, and she texts that hyperlink to them. Says, "If you'd like to see how I sell homes, this is how I do it." And these are expired homeowners. So they already tried to sell their home. Now they are looking at a far more compelling marketing solution. And that young lady has 4 listings in 6 weeks in November. She'll be closing in on 20 by the end of this month in April. You want to get listing leads, whether they're FSBOs or expireds or just canceled or withdrawn, or maybe you ran an ad on a sold property and you just got yourself a really nice listing lead. You want to convert that, get this listing presentation in front of them. Now, if you can see me here, I'm holding one in my hand. You can actually order these where it says expired on the cover. Let's get your expired home sold. This is the generic one. It doesn't have a unique home built in with an address on it. We really can't do that. We can't scale that. We can't do that in one shot. But let me click here because you can order these from us and you can, I really think it makes sense to have some expired, and that's if expireds are a big deal in your market. And then also have some, maybe you meeting somebody, maybe you ran a sold ad and you got a seller lead. This listing presentation is really sealing the deal for a lot of our clients. Okay. So learn about the ways of getting that in front of people, finding those people. There's a lot of ways with listings to leads to find seller leads. I will point out that there are different qualities of seller leads, right? An expired homeowner, if they start talking to you, that's a high quality lead. Okay. If you run a sold ad, let me show you right here. You run a sold ad on Facebook, that is a lead. It's a good lead, but it's not as high a quality because you really don't know what happened, right? You don't know who are they. You don't know how long they've owned their home. You don't know how serious they are. Maybe they're just thinking. So if I click on Facebook and Instagram and it says, "Hey, I sold another home," you could actually customize this. You could say, "You know what? I got 4 offers," or "I got sold over asking." That would get people to pay more attention. And this would get you leads with name, email, and phone number. So with that lead, you can actually go out and convert them, right? So that's the easiest way of getting seller leads. These leads cost between $7 and $10 each. Okay. You notice that I've got a $50 ad. If you divide 50 by 10, you would expect 5 leads. That's how it works. If your $50 budget is lifetime budget, that's the maximum you can spend. This is the easiest way to get leads. And honestly, I tell people who have sold a property to run an ad for 7 days. Every 7 days, run a new ad and do that for 2 months, even 3 months. Every one of those ads should get you seller leads. Okay. And those people, not all of them are going to be ready to pull the trigger right then. Let me show you something that is really important that most of you don't know. If you click advanced options, you can click create new form. So here's the reason why our ad software is so important. Do you see this? That is automatically populated by Facebook. Nobody's typing anything in. So everybody needs their correct email and phone in there just to get in their account if they get locked out. But another important thing is that we ask them these questions. What's your time frame to sell? Are you curious what your home can sell for? Would you like my marketing plan? You can change those questions right here. We've got plenty more. You might want to test those out because this can really help you shape your conversation when you reach out to them. Okay. So first they answer the questions, then they automatically, we get your contact info. We give them some TCPA language. And with this language, you can actually call them even if they are on the do not call list. But guess what? I don't recommend that you do that. I recommend that you text them. So right here in this ad, because it's sold, it says, hey, the home is sold. Let's get that affects your home value. Click here for your home value. Some people get confused. They don't go any further. They don't go click that blue button and give you their address. So if you're getting a lead, you're going to know, you're going to look at, it's going to tell you it's from us. It's going to say they responded to this ad. It's going to say it's a seller lead. You're going to get a name, email, and phone number. Text that number and say, hey, I saw you were trying to get your home value. Did you get that? Or you could say you really didn't get it because you don't have their address. You say, we need your address to get that. Could you text me your address? I'll get you that home value in just a minute. Okay. And at that point, when they send you that, you could go over to this landing page right here. Give it a second. You get a lot of landing pages. I mentioned it earlier. You get a lot of landing pages automatically. But this one is the one that you want to be aware of, right? Because you could take now in the lead that you got name, email, and phone number, and you texted them and you got their address. So you put their address here, and then you click this button. You're going to need their email address, but you have that in the original lead, and you send that out to them, right? At that point, when you click that, their home value is going to be emailed to them. And you on this page will see it. Let me show you what I mean. And so you type in their address because they text it back. You click get the value lead. We're getting this information from Onboard Infometrics. They're one of those companies that goes out and gets tax records and data and stuff like that on what's going on in the value of that home. But the next page is going to ask you for an email address, right? And so you have the email address because you got that in the original lead. And when you get that, drop that email address in. You're going to be looking at the home value and they're going to look at the home value. And you should text them again and say, hey, we just emailed you that home value, but here are the numbers that I got. How does that sound? Is that high or low? This is the beginning of converting the lead. So that's a big deal, right? And then now that you've done that, you can go and create a custom unique listing presentation because now you have their address and you have their phone number. So you can create one that just says listing presentation, how we're going to sell your home. Just say, by the way, I am a realtor in the area and please have a look at this. If you're thinking of selling, this is how I sell homes. This gets the conversation started. Okay. That is really the point. You don't want to be capturing leads if you don't have a way to convert leads. Okay. Now, I want to remind you, I said earlier that there was a call here, right here. This guy has 2 to 4 listing appointments every week. Okay. Now let's talk about how to get buyers, right? Let's talk about that before. This home here is an open house. So before we go deeper into getting more listings, what happens when you just have a listing, right? You can run an ad on Facebook. You click Facebook and Instagram ads right there. And we grab the Facebook ad software. We put everything together. And all you got to do is click create ad. You could change those questions if you wanted your own unique questions. You could also type in Saturday 1 to 4, right? So that people can see that right up at the top of the ad. But we also auto post it for free on social media. That's why we went through the wizard to connect your socials. We give you tools that you can actually give to the homeowner, and that way they can share it on their Facebook, and you might get leads from their friends and family and colleagues that they share information with on Facebook. We also give you this, a nearby homeowner letter, and I'm going to open this up because this, oh, actually, it's right here. This is the number one reason why agents get more listings from their open house. This is a piece of paper. You print it 50, 100 times. You door knock it into the neighborhood. Say, hey, I've got an open house this weekend. Come by, right? Who's going to come by? Either people thinking of buying or people thinking of selling. And then you'll see that we have some really great tools inside the system to help you engage those people. Now, we also give you print tools like postcards. Yeah, you can download them and send them to your local printer. You could use Express Copy up here. You get an e-flyer for your database. So if you've got a bunch of leads in your CRM, copy this email here. There's 5 or 6 call to actions. 1, 2, 3 get you buyer leads. 1, 2, 3 will get you seller leads from one email. We give you short form video scripts. If you want to put video on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, we give you single property websites. We give you virtual tours. Like, this is all automatically created. You can even print up sign writers because we give you unique text codes so that you can get phone numbers of people texting when they're doing that. And if you're a blogger, yeah, we got blog stuff. We got QR codes and traffic reports and all kinds of stuff, right? That's what happens when you have a listing with us. It's frankly a marketing powerhouse, right? This is way above and beyond dropping a listing in the MLS and waiting for things to happen. This is how you proactively market and brand yourself and capture buyer and seller leads, okay? You build your database. Now, I've got a sold property here, so let's talk about that, right? If I run an ad on Facebook and let's just click that here. I don't have to do much. All I have to do, if whatever city it's in, it's going to show in a 15-mile radius. I just click create that button, click create that ad. That's going to get you seller leads with name, email, and phone number from somewhere from $7 to $10 each. If it's $10, you'd expect 5 leads, right? You could mail out postcards, and those postcards you can mail to homeowners with equity. Express Copy will do that for you automatically, right? You pay them to do it. I want to point this out. You see this guy here, Leo, who is this guy right here. Leo, he's been in real estate for 5 years. He has 2 to 4 listing appointments every week. Honestly, he's crushing it. He's doing a handful of things with our platform. Okay, just a handful. He is working expired marketing. He is holding open houses. And he is doing sold advertising, okay, like I'm showing you here. He's mailing out postcards. He's running sold ads. He's using our nearby homeowner letter for homeowners at our open houses, like this one here. And he's working expireds. The last thing he is doing is he has a very serious follow-up system. He texts people, he emails people, and he calls them continually, because he is focused on getting listings. And that's why that gentleman has 2 to 4 listing appointments every week. Okay. If you go into listings to leads, you will see that there are hundreds of tools for you. Like, there are 80 PDF guides. You can market each PDF guide multiple different ways. Okay. You can advertise them for free. You can advertise them with a print flyer. You could share a landing page, all kinds of ways to get seller leads. Okay. These are all 5 or 6 pages long. There's 40 for buyers, 40 for sellers. And I can tell you, if you want a volume of leads, you've got a lot of tools. But what our clients are seeing is if they are reaching out to expireds who wanted to sell their home, and they can get this in front of them or get the print version in front of them, they are very likely going to have a listing. If they can meet homeowners who are thinking of selling their home and then say to them, hey, I've got a great way of selling homes. Would you like to talk? They're going to get more listings from their open houses. And if they're running ads on Facebook and getting seller leads, or running ads on Google, that will work as well. Frank's got a great question, right? You're in a vacation home marketplace. How can I target potential buyers out of state? That is an easy one, Frank. That is an easy one. Let me show you. Where are you, Frank? Where is that second location? Where are you targeting? I can give you an example. By me, I have a lake called Lake Tahoe. This lake is gorgeous, right? It's beautiful. It's in Northern California. And if you're making money down in Silicon Valley, you would love to buy a home out there, right? So let's imagine that this home was in Lake Tahoe for Frank's question. Oh, you're in so you're in the Poconos, beautiful. And so you want to target New York City. So if your home is for sale in the Poconos and you click on Facebook and Instagram and your listing is here, And Frank, is this your listing? Because let me tell you, you can borrow listings from your office and do the same thing and build a database of people who are thinking of buying in the Poconos, right? But this one here, it's in San Ramon, but we'll imagine it's in Poconos. Doesn't matter. I'm going to take that out because I don't want to target locally. I want to target New York City, just like this New York, United States. That, Frank? You might want to add budget. These leads cost about $3 to $4 each. They're buyer leads. They're cheaper than seller leads. You might want to change that budget to $100 because if you divide that by $3 or $3.50, you could expect 30 plus leads. Okay. And that's a great way of building a database. They may not all be ready to buy right now, but I would definitely recommend building that database because you've got tools to help you stay in front of them. And you might have more listings in the future that you can blast out on them. So that's key. And this is true for, we have clients in Florida. If you're in Florida, is anybody here from Florida right now? Because you know what's happening down there? Inventory is sitting, it's building, it's sitting for a long time. And our clients, by all means, they're marketing in New York City. I'll tell you, when they do that, I tell them this: expand that radius to 30 miles and definitely run a minimum $50 ad. Because New York City is, what is it, 2 miles across, maybe, right? And I don't know how many miles long. But when you reach out, if you expand that radius, even 20 miles, now you're picking up Hoboken and parts of New Jersey and parts of Brooklyn's and Queens and the broader part of New York. You definitely want a wider radius. And I can tell you this because we have a lot of clients in Florida who are trying to sell homes. They run an ad locally on their home. They get leads, name, email, and phone number every time. They run the same exact ad 5 minutes later in New York, and they get leads from that too. But guess who is talking to them? It's the leads from New York City. The leads from New York were just looking, but they're not really interested. I don't know if that's happening to you, but a lot of our clients like to market in cities like Chicago, New York City, Southern California, LA, right? Especially if you're in Arizona or Texas, a lot of people do that move as well. If you look in your MLS, you're going to tell that people are moving from other parts of the country to your part, and this is how you target them. And you're getting names with an email and phone number. Text them when you get that phone number. Text them a few times, a handful of times with really simple questions. Don't write a big paragraph and drop it on somebody's phone. They're going to block you. But they don't know you. So even though you've got their phone number, they actually don't want to, they don't know you, right? It doesn't matter if they're a buyer lead or a seller lead. Text them with some basic questions. Frank, you could say, hey, I see you saw my ad on Facebook for my home in the Poconos. Are you thinking of moving here? Do you own something here? You could ask that question. Wait for the answer. 30 minutes, they respond, don't respond, send another question. Hey, this is a 3-2. It's close to the lake. Is that kind of interesting to you? Or what do you need? You need something bigger. Real simple questions. Again, don't write a big paragraph. Do this 4 or 5 times so that they know it's Frank from Facebook, from the Poconos. Then when you call them, you're more likely going to have an answer. Because let me show you. If I run this ad, and I already showed this to you earlier, they actually, you see where this says next? It says, do you want my info? And their full name and email and phone number sitting there. And this button does not say next. It says, yes, submit my info. And when they click it, you get that info. We're emailing it to you. You know where it came from. You might think, I can call them right now. Like right now, I'm going to call them right now, speed the lead. And you would still hear them tell you, I don't know what you're talking about. Because they don't know who you are. That's why a handful of text is going to open up that conversation a lot better. Okay. So this home is for sale. We talked about how to run ads in different areas. I want to go back to the open house thing because, a lot of you don't have your own listings and you're doing open houses for other people. Go here, grab the listing. You just need the zip code and the MLS ID. Deselect this. It's not your listing. And we'll put the agent's name in there. And then you can go run an ad. And this, let me tell you the things we're just going to migrate over to open house. Let me ask, does everybody here do an open house? Because I talk to a lot of realtors, and you're probably not surprised. But many realtors like, I do not do open houses. And it's a real shame because in 2025, our clients and our teams and brokers found that open houses was the number one way of closing more listings. Lisa, you do open houses. So here's what you want to do. Now, I'm going to remind you, Scott does a full class, so he goes in greater detail, but these are minimally the things you want to do. You want to run an ad, right? I think I showed you that before. So you want to do Saturday 1 to 4, right? Something like that. Boom, run that ad, you're good. You want to get the nearby homeowner letter. You want to print this up 100 times. It looks like this. Go knock the door. Say, hey, you know what? I'm having an open house this weekend. Please come by. If you're interested to look at it, I'll be there. Give that to the neighbors, especially if you want more listings in that neighborhood. This is what's going to do it. Okay. Then, hold on a second. I'm lost. There is an open house sign-in form. Our clients like it, but some of them don't. They really want to make sure they are getting the contact information. When I mentioned this guy here, Leo, he is no, I am like a hawk on those people. I want to know I got their real contact information, especially if they're a seller. So he's really engaging those people when he's getting their contact information. There are lots of other cool things that you can do, but those are minimum the things you got to do. Now, there's two other things that you have to do for every open house. One is, go to Media Library. Now, I'm going to show you a video here. It's actually on YouTube. If you have your own YouTube channel, I invite you to download it and put this video on your YouTube channel. It is the 100 plus marketing plan, 100 plus point marketing plan, right? It's our listing presentation, right? Scott calls it the 100 plus marketing plan. I just call it a listing presentation. Same thing. Okay. But I've shown it to you in print. You can order it. I gave you a link to order in print. You can create free ones electronically and deliver them via text or however you want. But this, okay, and it has some music. You might not like the music. I don't know what it is. But you don't really need this. If you've taken the time to invite homeowners into your open house, you definitely want this running on a smart, or you want this running on your laptop or your iPad. If the home is furnished, grab the remote, point YouTube to this, because you can just rerun this and rerun this. Again, you've taken the time to invite the neighbors in. If homeowners are walking through to see what's going on, they're going to see what you're doing is very different from what the average realtor is doing. Really explains the situation and starts conversation. If you have some of our printed listing presentations because you use that order link and you got them over, even better, right? Just look for this title. It's on YouTube. Many of our clients have downloaded it and put it on their channels. You're welcome to do that as well. It's a tool to start the conversation. And, I don't want to download that. Sorry. Hopefully that doesn't mess us up. But that's there. Now, there's one more thing for open houses. You remember how I mentioned that there's PDF guides? These PDF guides, sorry, I'm hearing some weird noises around here. And 100 of them are for, 40 of them are for home buyers and 40 of them are for home sellers. You can go through and look at them. You can download them. You're branded on every page, your logo, your colors, your headshot, every page. Okay. And you should pick 6 of your favorite and click on marketing tools and get the print flyer. Okay. So Lisa, you're doing open houses. You definitely want to do this. Now you only need to do this one time, right? You get 6 of your favorite flyers and you download this in PDF, and maybe you go print it over at Kinko's or something. And while you're there, buy some of these handy tabletop stands. Okay. Because people can download this report for free if they give you their contact information. All they got to do is scan that QR code. But really, why are we asking you to do that? Because you're branded on this. So if you put one of these in the master bedroom, you put one in the office, you put a different one in the laundry room, as people are checking out this home, They are getting familiar with you being the agent, right? And they're going to see what company you're with, right? And if they're looking at that big 5-minute video, they're going to realize you're doing something a lot different than the average realtor. Okay. This is why this and the nearby homeowner letter and the video and our other tools are helping people get more listings from every open house they get. Okay. So you know that there's an easy way, right? You can run sold ads. You can even run an ad on this, right? You can even run an ad on this PDF guide right here with Facebook. You could even copy the e-flyer and go blast it out on your leads that are over in your CRM, right? Just copy the code right here. But when you're holding an open house and you're inviting neighbors, one, if they came through the house, you're going to shake their hand and you might be able to have a conversation. For you to close any kind of deal, a buyer or seller, you're going to need some sort of conversation, even if it's on the phone. Okay. Our tools and these strategies are going to help you capture leads. And then you put the right tool in front of them and it's going to help you convert leads. Okay. It's really what's going on here. We have been here since 2009. There is no company that captures as many leads in as many ways as us. It's just not their forte. It's actually relatively difficult to build all this and have it all working. You know what I mean? So companies don't do it. They create automated tools. There's a lot of companies that have tools that sound like us, but do they capture leads? No. There are some great CRMs out there that have a handful of tools that sound like our tools. Do they capture leads? Yes. Do they do it as effectively? Do they give you as many options to capture leads? No. And some of those companies, especially when it comes to Facebook ads, are actually taking a percentage or charging you a fee for every ad you run. For us, if you're using our platform, if you have a $35 lead, 100% of that money is going to Facebook. If you have a $50 lead, 100%, 100, so on. Our clients run hundreds of dollars of ads every month because they get the most leads for their money, and we're not taking one dime of that. Okay. We have other cool tools. I'm going to go over to the social content because we talked about this in the wizard. It's something that agents often ignore, but I want to make sure you're setting it up for the best success. When you sign up, we ask you to connect to your social media accounts. And I want to point this out. This content is growing Instagram accounts because the content is really designed for social media. It's colorful. It's not too wordy. It grows Instagram accounts. If you have Google My Business, you definitely want this content going because this constant refresh, and you should have it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All these topics, they all have multiple articles underneath them. And you should have 15 or 20 topics, right? Hitting your Google 5 times a week. You know what will happen if you do that? Google's going to give your Google business page higher SEO, and it's going to migrate all the way to page 1 on any random real estate search. Okay. So you definitely want this content going out. There'll be a nice photograph on the right, and we're doing it automatically. It's growing Instagram, and it's growing the SEO on Google Business. I want to talk about this page over here. And let me ask, is there anybody here who does not have their own website right now? Is there anybody who doesn't have their own website? This one here is reviews, okay? And we actually create a website for your review. It looks like this. And just like everything else that we create, this captures leads for you, okay? So all your reviews are here. Your listing presentation is here. They can download it for free. They just got to answer some questions and give you some contact information, right? Guides I mentioned are right here as well. If they want to download one, no problem. Answer a couple questions and give us your information, right? Your listings are all here. If I click through here, I'm going to end up on a single property website, which again is going to capture leads for me. So this, you want to share this. You want to share this on your social media accounts. And let me show you what you want to do. And maybe I have it here. I just shared this earlier, but let me go to my page. So you want the point that you want to do. I'm going to just show you what this looks like. When you have a review, copy this hyperlink up here and you see the name of the person, right? Take it over to Facebook and share it, post it on there. And this is what it looks like here. Although it's taking a while. You see this here? So you want to say, thanks for your review and say whatever their name is and sugarcoat that. Great working with you. And tag your client. Tag them. Because if you do that, their friends and family and colleagues are going to see this whenever they log in. Okay. And even if they log in months later, it's not like a paid ad, it stays there. And that's really the point, because you're now getting leads from people who are the friends and family and colleagues of your clients. Who do you think is going to become your referral? It's going to be from the friends and family and colleagues of your current clients. So definitely use this. Now, I'm going to point it out. I asked, it sounds like everybody's got a landing page, a client website, but I will point this out. Over here on the listings page, we do have a really nice website already designed for you. It's called the agent website. And I'm just going to show it to you because there's a lot of agents that just don't have a website right now. And this is awesome. We have this auto-generated for you. It looks like everything is slowing down. Are you hearing me okay, everybody? We're almost done here. But things are feeling slow. Oh, maybe I should close a couple things. Oh, that's probably what's chewing up the bandwidth. Yeah. Let's go back to more tools and let's go to here. Yeah, that's it there. So this is the agent website. And I want to point it out. Your listings are here. Your PDF guides are here. Your reviews are here. Our listing presentation. But you can even snap in your IDX from your MLS. So if your MLS gives you that HTML code, you can just go right over here, click. What I would do is add section. This right here will take the HTML code and just call it property search. And that is a free website inside your listings to leads account. I actually think this is great because, one, I don't really think it's great to be investing hundreds of dollars a month on an agent website. Many of you are competing against thousands and tens of thousands of agents, as well as competing against the big portals like Realtor.com and Zillow, and your website may never get found. So I really don't recommend spending a lot of money. I know that there's some that actually you feel are worth it, and that's great. But if you don't have a website, I would highly recommend using this. That's my story for today, everybody. Are there any questions? And one more thing, while you're here, I'd like to ask you if you could give us, this is our onboard. We'd really appreciate your feedback. We need to know, is there something that we're missing that we need to convey? Because you're new to us and we want to make sure that you understand what you have. What I want to make sure you understand is expired marketing is a serious way of getting listings here. Open houses is a serious way of getting listings. Our Facebook ads can help you get buyer leads and seller leads, and our open house and our listing presentation is rock solid. You want to think about that. How can I get this listing presentation in all of its forms, whether it's the free electronic forms or the print ones, into homeowners' hands? We have a lot of ways of doing that. We talk about that pretty much 5 days a week. So don't forget, get on our YouTube channel, look at our just sold advertising, look at our expired marketing, look at our open house marketing, and really understand that you have a solution here to help you get more listing leads and convert those listing leads into actual listings. Thanks for being here, everybody. Are there any other questions on anything here? I don't see anything, so I'll let you go. Have a great spring. Talk to you soon. Oh, just a reminder, I'm Vince at Listings to Leads. If you need a team account, definitely reach out to me. If you want any of the emails I referenced earlier regarding open house marketing or creating a custom listing presentation or expired marketing, or even how to create a Facebook ad, let me know. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Take it easy.